point of sale. This is going to require a lot of explanation. It's the most complicated app. We click on the app and the password is a lowercase g when we first get the program. So I put in my lowercase g and here we go to the point of sale system. So the app is currently empty. You can see I've got bar orders and credit card payments selected here, but this is what the app will look like when absolutely nothing is selected and there's no information in the system. You see there's a hide admin button. So what we've got here is the menu items are going to end up over here. This is your receipt. This long thing in the center is how you custom make your receipt. So if you want to have your restaurant name on your receipt, if you want to include things like phone number, you can customize everything here, and it works. It fills itself in just the way you would think on the receipt. We've also got some payment options at the bottom here, and let's look over here at the functionality. You've got the ability to add things to receipts. If you want to print kitchen and bar orders, you know, if you're not a restaurant, you don't need those things. This works just as well for retail. If you want to show the employee or the server on the bill or the table number, you select those and the table number and the employee will show up. If you there's functions at the top here in case you're on a touch screen and can't hit the computer functions like normal. Your credit card functions. So kitchen and bar orders you can put in here. Regular receipts show up whatever you've got in the order. And all print from here. You'll need to buy a thermal printer and set it up, or actually add a regular printer will work too. When you select to use the credit card functions, you get manual card entry. Custom charges are for if you want to charge something off the menu, you just want to charge somebody a particular amount of money. Credit receipts, regular receipts. Credit receipts have a signature line. You have the opportunity, or the option rather, to include gratuity here. All of your typical register functions, but so how do you get your menu into the computer? Okay, well, so in your options menu here is where you're going to do things like work on your animations and background, just like the other app. But you can save or load menus that you've created. And you can export menus for tables. There's a reason why they're not directly linked. But you can save and load menus here if you've already created a menu. But if you don't have anything at all, you can add your menu items here. And it might take a really long time, but you can add... yeah, I don't know what I'm either. You can add all of your menu items one at a time. And what's interesting about this, and your employees won't be able to see it when you're done, but you input all of your costs as well. If you don't know how to figure out your costs, you can leave it blank and it doesn't matter. You can guess at what it costs you to make one order of French fries. I would guess the cost of French fries are fairly low, but typically the margins on food aren't much better than 50%. But the category... Oh, okay, well, so, here we go. The first thing you're going to need to do is create your categories. Now, I've got these categories all left over from when I first started making this tutorial. Okay, we've made it to we made it to a clean menu here. We've deleted everything, and let's say we're going to add categories here. You can route these to different places, kitchen, bar, or retail. That'll go into things like your inventory and your data. But for kitchen and bar, it might be for kitchen and bar orders. So you want to make sure you route food to the kitchen, and drinks to the bar. So I'll save these categories. So now when I add a menu item, like French fries, I can add it to the appetizers. I suppose it would be sides, I suppose it would be sides. So I add a new menu category that goes to the kitchen, and my menu item will be a side here. Okay. I'm not going to make you watch me add a whole menu here, and I will show you I have a menu available. Well, so when you finally got your when you finally got your menu loaded into place, you'll be able to well, so here are all of your menu items placed in. You get a name, price, and cost. You can add on items as well, right? So if you've got something like grilled chicken, or you've got short ribs here in this tortilla salad, and you add on things very simply too, you remove them very simply. And once you've entered your menu items and you can read them, you can shrink your whole page down like this so that it doesn't take up too much space, and it becomes very quick to add things to your check. You see things being added to the check right now. The total's coming up. Everything's getting summed up. Here's the whole order here. And if I want to, so let's add some drinks to the order. Let's add some more food. We've got $135 worth of stuff. If I hit kitchen order, I've got only food items here. If I hit bar order, I've got only the bar items here, right? When you have more than one of any particular item, you've got a multiple placed in front of it, and it'll make you a nice receipt too. So now if you want the gratuity line, it'll print you a gratuity line on the credit receipt. So credit receipts are what have the signature and the total. Your regular receipt is always going to be what you might drop off at a table before receiving the card, or if you're in retail, this might be all that you need. A custom charge, again, is if you want to just charge an amount that's any particular dollar amount without even regarding a bill. And card entry, you manually enter credit cards here. So that requires, again, on the home screen, you need to have entered your API keys. You need to hit connect up here because you're not connected to the credit card system all day. So you need to connect, and then you go to card entry and you enter the card number. Now again, this doesn't take a card reader, it only takes manual entry through the company Stripe. Okay, so we know what kitchen and bar orders are. Here's our menu. We select items and add them to the order here. When the order is done, we can clear the order. And when you go through the steps of credit card entry, you know what, let's see one right now. Well, so we need to add a couple items to the order. So we add this to the order. You can see how this modal pops up, how this window pops up for add-ons to the order. So if you have complex menu items where there are options that go with it. Now I can't find one for which that's the case. So there are options that go with it, and you put them into the add-ons list here. Chicken and chorizo are the add-ons. So chicken and chorizo are the add-ons here. I select it. Okay. When you enter a credit card, and this is a fake credit card that they give you to test out numbers, you're given information back. And this information stays in your system and will go on receipts that you make until you clear the order. And so you would take this receipt to the table to be signed. So if it's a credit receipt here, you might take this receipt to the table to be signed. And when you are completing the payment, oh, well, that payment is complete. Oh, okay. So that was a complete charge. That payment is done. When you want to have somebody use pre-authorization, okay, so this is a good point. I'll connect again so that we're connected to Stripe, and I'm going to include my pre-authorization. Okay, so this is for restaurants rather than retail. We hit the, not the custom charge, we hit the card entry. I'll use my same dummy card number that they gave me at the company Stripe to test out cards. Everybody knows this number. It's not some secret for me. They give it out. It's the same number for everybody. And okay, so our pre-authorization is successful, which means now when we come back to complete the payment, when we know what the tip is, right, and we pre-authorize up to $113, those things are things to learn about credit card companies. Perhaps we can do a video if they don't have their own resources. But let's say the tip was $20. We're going to complete the payment. Payment is captured. We generate our receipt. And this would be the receipt, since they already signed and they left the restaurant, this would be the receipt that you download and save. And you save all of your receipts always, and that keeps a complete record of your business. The thing is, so would the company Stripe, and so would you through this interface. So here are the final steps, right? When you hit this record data button, that's going to interact with your inventory and your bookkeeping. So that's what we're going to get to next in a minute. But before we leave this page, this header on your receipt, you know, you have the phone number or whatever it is, and you print your receipt and those things come out at the top. This is a very complicated looking screen, and so you also don't want your employees seeing all of these things about all of your functions and having them in your face. You don't want everybody to know all of your costs all the time. So the privacy function now is in this admin feature at the top. When you hit admin mode, it hides all of the costs in all of your menu items. It hides the costs and simplifies your bill. You don't have to choose all of the items. It's only the things that you enter relative to an order. Your headers and footers remain the same, the messages you include on your receipts. And this section gets simplified. You don't need to have that whole checklist of what gets included on the bill. You do still have a lot of buttons here, so this would represent the full functions. So maybe if you were a retail store not doing restaurant operations and you had your own credit machine, your interface might look like this. It might look very different, right? When you hide the admin functions, you might have this very simple looking screen. So this is the point of sale. The admin functions at the top are controlled with a lowercase a, just like the admin functions everywhere else. The entry of the menu items is done through the option menu, but hopefully you're going to load the menu. And you should see the extra tutorial about how to load a menu with AI. You can load your whole menu in just a few minutes. If you use our AI prompt and a full photo of your complete menu, you can save yourself all that time. So be sure to check out the AI prompt to automatically create a menu file from a screenshot. Okay, that was the point of sale.